Les chances sont contre toi. When you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
U-Sports on CBC, presented by les championnats U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Theraburn Medical Supplies, Les Bagues Baron Rings, APAR, and by BioSteel.
Welcome to the 2025 U-Sports Women's Volleyball Championship on CBC. I'm Amber Mayer alongside Adam Dionker as we get set to bring you this U-Sports quarterfinal matchup between the number 3 Manitoba Bisons and the number 6 St. Mary's Huskies. Manitoba third in Canada West, defeating Saskatchewan for bronze after losing 3-0 to Alberta. In the semifinals of Canada West, they lost that bronze medal match to Saskatchewan 3-0. Manitoba coming into tonight, ranked number 2 nationally. St. Mary's, on the other hand, first in AUS, defeating Memorial 2-0 in the weekend series to win their first AUS banner since the 2011-2012 season. Not nationally ranked, however, this is a rematch of last year's U-Sports National quarterfinal.
Pretty exciting matchup as these two not overly familiar with each other during the conference season, but they always seem to come together come U-Sports Nationals. Now we have the updated bracket in front of us. Alberta defeated the Memorial Seahawks in straight sets in quarterfinal number 2 today earlier in the afternoon. The Montreal Carabins defeated the McMaster Marauders in a thrilling 5-set victory, 17-15 in that 5th set, Amber. We now have the host Bisons against St. Mary's coming up, and the late shift tonight will be the UBC Thunderbirds taking on the Saskatchewan Huskies as well. We'll see if we can take a look at the comparison between these two teams here in front of us. The Manitoba Bisons with a 16-4 record in their regular season, in contrast to a 14-6 for the St. Mary's Huskies. Offense a little bit more on the prowess of the Manitoba side. However, defensively, digs per set and blocks per set, very tight between these two teams. So we're going to see a very balanced offering of offense and defense from these teams. Again, a rematch of last year's quarterfinal where Manitoba was victorious and moved on to the semifinal at Nationals. St. Mary's, they're looking to right that ship and change the script here in the 2025 on Manitoba's home turf. Now, we'll try and get you a little bit of a player comparison here as we dive in. For the home team, the Manitoba Bisons are led by Rhea Surings, the third-year opposite from Winnipeg. She is the back-to-back Canada West and U-Sports Player of the Year. Just a phenomenal career that she is putting together so far. She's the primary offensive weapon for these Manitoba Bisons on a team that's loaded with offense. On the visiting side, we've got Emilia Mikanovich. She was the AUS playoff MVP of the year, and a first-team All-Canadian as well, leading the AUS in kills per set. She was also second in points overall in the regular season. She had a phenomenal outing, 22 kills, 17 digs in the 2 matches to claim that AUS title. those two will be going toe-to-toe all afternoon.
You saw your officials on the screen. Tonight's officials, first official is Nicholas Fuse. The second official tonight, Serge Thériault. We also have our four-line judges, of course. We have Trevor Reimer, Dino Saragusa, Roy Rodriguez, and Win Leflar. Now let's get you the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. We'll start with St. Mary's. Out of Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, number 2, Sydney Fader.
Third year middle from Belgium.
Third year middle out of Minsk, Belgium, Elena Pechehova.
Third year outside hitter from Pickering, Ontario.
Wearing number 18 out of Pickering, Ontario, Brenna Golding.
First year
Play on the outside.
from Kelowna, British Columbia, number 10, Grace Blaskovitz.
Wearing number 10, their setter out of Kelowna, BC, Grace Blaskovitz.
Number 13, Anna.
Their other middle out of Burnaby, BC, number 13, Anna Liniewski. Their last left side, number 17, out of Belgium, Emilia Mikanovic, and of course, wearing the libero jerseys tonight, number 3, out of Bishop Falls, Newfoundland, Morgan Hoskins, and wearing number 7, out of Oakville, Ontario, Bria D'Souza.
A very balanced, physical team here for St. Mary's, as Coach out of St. Mary's, Darren Russell, gave us a little bit of a quote yesterday on the media side of things. He said, you're going to see an aggressive serving team. You're going to see a team that's relentless on defense. It may not be pretty, but they're going to get the ball up, and they have plenty of offensive options when the pass is there, when the defense and transition allows. So again, Coach Darren Russell, he is confident in this roster that they have abilities in all facets of volleyball, and I'm very excited to see them play coming off of an AUS championship, and again, a team that just continues to get older, get more experience, and this is another showing for them at U Sports National Championship to allow that experience and that maturity to blossom once again on the big stage here.
Let's get you the starters for the home team, Manitoba Bisons. Lots of energy here at Investors Group Athletic Center for this home squad. I'm not even going to worry about saying where they're from, because every single one of their starters is out of their hometown of Winnipeg. But we'll get started with number 9, light boot, Chechikru. She's on the outside. Their setter, number 12, Katrina Bentley. Playing on the left side, number 13, Andy Almonte.
Fourth-year middle from Sisler High School. Number 23.
In the middle, number 23, Eve Dojo.
Third-year left side from J.H. Bruns.
On the outside, number 25, U Sports Player of the Year, Rhea Zurich. Her last middle, number 27, Brenna Badowski. And last but certainly not least, their libero, number 14, Julia Arnold. Bisons are coached by Ken Bentley in his 39th season.
The nucleus of this Manitoba Bison roster, they grew up in this building. They grew up in this program. 3 of the starters here, Katrina Bentley, Julia Arnold, and Leighton Chechikwu, along with Chloe Ellerbrock on the bench to start this match, started in the Junior Bisons program at 14U and have not separated since. They trained in this facility. They won provincial championships in this facility. They were national champs 3 consecutive seasons from 15U, 16U, and 17U. for this stage to be set for their graduating year is just a storybook for these young Manitoba natives who are out here with the opportunity to try and progress along the bracket here in the Youth Sports Championship against the St. Mary's Huskies. We'll see what this boisterous, loud home crowd can do for this environment. And no matter what, we are surely in for a very entertaining match between these two sides, Amber. We are very much looking forward to calling this one. It is going to be number 10, Grace Blaskovitz, the AUS Rookie of the Year, with the ball in her hand to start things off in quarterfinal number 3.
First pass up by Andy Almonte. Uchechukwu really having to adjust, flicking it back now to Fader, and the first kill goes to St. Mary's.
Great start for the Huskies there. Just crisp transition, nothing flashy there, but a dig high into the middle of the court, allowing Blaskovitz to run the offense. Just a really strong, poised start in what is a very loud and hostile visiting gym for them.
One-handed pass by Almonte, tipped over by Katojo. Looking in the middle on a block for Eve Katojo. She'll shut down Elena Petahova.
Now serving for your Bisons, number 20.
Katojo will now head back to serve.
You never make the ball.
Tojo's serve, pass up nicely by D'Souza. Looking on the right side, and another big kill. That one off the hand of Brianna Golden.
Just a very mature swing there from Golding, reaching high, swinging deep, contacting that ball into the last meter of the court. Something that you can maybe get wrapped up in the moment, being a little bit outside of yourself, getting aggressive or too greedy. Not on that swing from Golden.
Uchechukwu singing real deep, right to the corner. Speaking of mature shots, good discipline on Uchechukwu.
Yeah, that wasn't the set she's looking for. Didn't quite get across her body to that right hand so she could swing aggressively, but that is a great adjustment, as you said, Amber. Just punch for punch here to start, 4 points in.
Uchechukwu now to serve. Pass up from D'Souza, looking in the middle. Petahova putting her first kill.
Elena Petahova with a point for St. Mary's. Huskies lead 3-2. Now serving for the Huskies, number 8, Elena Petahova.
Petahova now back to serve. Pass up from Arnold, teeing it up for Surings on the right side. Beautiful day off Blaskovitz. Some scramblies here at the net. And a nice deep swing off the hand of Mika Novich. Another kill for St. Mary's.
Our player spotlight for the Huskies was Mika Novich pre-game there, and she was a first-team All-Canadian, which is a remarkable achievement on her behalf. We're going to see a lot more as this match progresses as to why she was awarded, and that's just a great tip by Andy Almonte deep down the line to break the serve of the Huskies. Good side out from Manitoba, and that is one of the craftier players that we are going to have the privilege to see in this final 8 through this weekend. Just so much creativity and capability in her game.
Rhea Surings back to serve for U of M. Pass up by Golding, looking in the middle, and that'll be Liniewski getting her first kill of the evening.
Perfect pass from the Huskies serve receivers there, as Rhea Surings, one of the more physical servers in the country. That was sided out on the first ball. No struggle from St. Mary's there.
Pass up from Arnold. Quick set to Badowski. She'll paint the sideline during press work.
Bisons trail 5-4. Now serving for your Bisons, number 27, Brenna Badowski.
Badowski now back at the line for the Bisons. Tricky float causes some trouble for St. Mary's. Mika Novich just takes care of the ball. Flicking it back to Surings for the C ball. trickle on the net helps out St. Mary's. And another deep swing. Uchechukwu trying to chase that one down, but too good off the hand of Mikanovic.
Good variety from her attacking there, Amber, to get started, and that's just really poised, good volleyball from their workhorse on offense to just keep that ball down the line, really trying to work that matchup against Katrina Bentley in the front row for the Manitoba Bisons.
Shaky pass. Almonte still on the attack. With an off-speed shot. Back row attack now for Mikanovic. Dug up by Uchechukwu. Teed up now for Surings. Cross court. And that goes well into the stands. Great Surings with the kill. What I like that I've seen so far in this matchup, Adam, is points are being earned. There is next to nothing being given.
And that's something that couldn't be said for the first two quarterfinals either, Amber. Obviously, there's nerves involved on the big stage here. Teams have qualified for this final 8, and it's a win to stay in the hunt for a medal, which everybody's here to do. And obviously, it's natural for these young athletes to find a bit of those nerves, but we just haven't seen that so far in this match. As this rally progresses, it's just grit, determination on defense.
Yeah, we're getting a bit of a mega rally here, and it ends with a massive block off the hands of Eve Kojo.
That's the player that the Manitoba Bisons call Slam, and that's exactly why she has earned that nickname, is just great close to the outside, not giving Golding any room to work with in that extended rally. Big momentous point for the Manitoba Bisons to earn there.
Almonte with the serve. Pass up by D'Souza, going outside, tipped over by Golding. Good coverage from U of M. Uchechukwu swinging deep. St. Mary's is not able to corral that strong attack from number 9 by Uchechukwu.
7-6. Launching back to serve for Manitoba.
Pass is pretty tight to the net, and the joust. Good coverage, though, by Uchechukwu. The dig goes up and over off the attack of Surings. Some quick play here. Back row attack by Mikanovic will finish off that rally.
The Huskies really rely on Mikanovic in transition out of the back row, Amber. We've already seen several attempts from her in those extended rallies, and more often than not so far, she's made good on that attack. And to have that outlet out of the back row is so key to some extended success that they're going to continue to have here in this tournament.
In the middle to Pitojo. Nice side out there for Manitoba.
Pitojo led the Canada West Conference in hitting percentage this season, and this was a conference stacked with capable attackers with astronomical hitting percentages. I believe Eve finished in the 43% efficiency range in an entire season. She played every single match. Just a remarkable tally from her.
Golding on the attack. Good coverage from D'Souza. A little tight to the net there. Nice recovery from St. Mary's. For the back row attack off the hand of Sydney Fader. Finds the net.
You know, we mentioned that coach Darren Russell, he says that this team is very capable in all aspects, and it's their aggression and their relentlessness that is their strongest suit. And we're going to see now their backs are a little bit against the wall. A bit of a service run here from Katrina Bentley. See how they respond in that relentless, and a perfect response right there as they finally get a pass where they're able to run that middle. And that's Elena Petova just putting that ball away beautifully deep into the court.
Now serving for the Huskies, number 10, Grace Blaskovitz.
Back of the line for the Huskies. Number 10, Grace Blaskovitz. Pass up by Arnold. Flicking it back to Uchechukwu. Looking down the line. But Hoskins is in perfect position. Golding, that was so tight to the net, and she still found a way to work around that block. Phenomenal athleticism from Brianna Golding.
Yeah, watch how high she contacts that ball, Amber. Golding, maybe not the fastest or heaviest arm swing we've seen, but her elbow and her extension contact on that ball is so high. She's going to be a problem for this Manitoba block all night long with that contact point.
Uchechukwu tipping. St. Mary's throws that out of reach. Smart choice. from Uchechukwu, and she's just been hammering balls at the St. Mary's Huskies, so nice change up of her attack. Jojo now back to serve for U of M. Pass up from D'Souza. Bit of an assist from the net, but it'll be a kill nonetheless from Elena Petahova.
Petahova also from Minsk, along with her teammate Mikanovic, and yesterday at the sort of press opportunity we had to sit down with these players, they came together to Canada and to this team specifically, and it took them some time to adapt to the Canadian culture, to that sort of rhythm, and they have now, in this season, Elena Petahova has said that they have found their biggest gelling with this team, with their community, with the school in general, and we are seeing that comfortability that they have found in this year on the floor right now, as it's her counterpart, Mikanovic, picking up that kill for St. Mary's. They now have retaken the lead 11-10, make that 11-all off the missed serve of Golding.
We are tied at 11. Now serving for your Bisons, number 9, Light Uchechukwu.
Uchechukwu now back to serve. Pass up from D'Souza. Teeing it up for Fader, cross-court shot. That takes Bentley out of the equation. Almonte looking for that deep corner, and she finds it perfectly.
That is the shot that makes good teams great, is the broken play set coming from behind Almonte's head. There's no reason for her not to just tip or roll that ball over, but instead she goes aggressively swinging deep into the court, picking up a kill. Just remarkable execution there from the Bison left side.
Nice pass from Golding in the middle. Another strong attack off the hand of Petahova. She's been just a kill leader. That is number 5 for her on just 7 total attempts.
Yeah, she's been incredibly efficient there. Just really remarkable start, and the ability for them to go to the middle as much as they have, that's really a testament to the passing and defense of the Huskies to start this match.
Back to Fader, off the block and out of bounds. Fader with another kill.
St. Mary's leads 13-12. Petahova back to serve for St. Mary's.
Petahova back to serve now for St. Mary's. Nice pass from Uchechukwu back to Suring. She will take full advantage of the one-on-one opportunity.
That's an athlete you cannot give that one-on-one to, and if you do, you're almost guaranteed that that's going to be a point against, and we see why she led the nation in kills and kills per set. Is that kind of execution when given the opportunity, it's almost a done deal.
Pass goes right into the hands of Badowski. D'Souza in perfect position, just not the right bounce.
Suring's back to serve for Manitoba.
Pass goes right into the hands of Badowski. A mirror image of the previous point. We can give a little bit of credit as well to the service pressure from Rhea Suring, just causing all kinds of problems for the St. Mary's services.
Yeah, it won't go down on the score sheet. It won't go down on the score sheet, pardon me, as we sort of had a bit of a hiccup there with calling the timeout. It's just so loud in this gym right now, Amber, that they're trying to make things happen. Anyway, the 2025 U Sports Men's Volleyball Championship presented by Sunrise Credit Union is headed to the campus of Brandon University from March 21st through the 23rd. Ticket packages for the tournament are almost sold out. Scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen or visit usportstickets.ca to guarantee your seat today. The 2025 U Sports Men's Volleyball Championship presented by Sunrise Credit Union in Brandon, Manitoba. Chase the glory. as we were saying there, Amber, it's so loud in this building. The atmosphere is phenomenal for all sports fans alike. Doesn't matter if you're a volleyball fan or just love the entertainment of anything sort of live like this. So much so that coach, Darren Russell, he went and he signaled to the down official for that timeout, but he couldn't hear him. He almost had to walk up and tap him on the shoulder to get that timeout, and the relaying of information to the head referee didn't quite get there in time, but there has to be a little bit of that buffer with just how loud this building is right now to allow them to get the timeout off, even though it wasn't maybe the crispest offering. But here we are coming out of this timeout, a narrow 2-point lead for Manitoba, but it has been the physical serving of Rhea Surinks that has caused problems for the Huskies. She's got the ball in her hand once again to start things back up.
Another overpass from St. Mary's, going outside to Andy Almonte. St. Mary's answering beautifully, a solo block by Liniewski will shut down the attack of Andy Almonte.
Bit of an interesting sit-up there for the Huskies. They're electing to keep the setter, Blaskovitz, on the ground. Just go with one blocker on that. I guess that's all you need.
Fader now to serve. Bit of a shaky pass from Uchechukwu. Almonte on the attack, looking for that deep corner. Golding's in good position. Another good swing, but the dig some trouble at the net. Anyways, it'll come out with Mikanovic.
Good discipline at the net by Mikanovic there, knowing that the setter is front row for Bentley and maybe just a little bit too predictable on Katrina Bentley's side there. Tight pass, just electing to go for that dump, but Mikanovic is all over it.
Podolsky with some left-handed finesse, but covered nicely by the St. Mary's setter. Seeing it up now once again for Mikanovic, looking cross court. Arnold in good position. Surinks though, through the seam off the block. Surinks finds space.
More transition success for Manitoba, and that's all set up by the Canada West Libero of the Year and second team All-Star Julia Arnold getting in there, and just a perfect dig high into the middle of the court, allowing Manitoba to find their number one option in Surinks, putting that ball away.
Podolsky with the serve. Pass by Golding. Out to Mikanovic. Another big swing by number 17.
Amelia Mikanovic. Bisons, we are now tied at 16. Serving for St. Mary's, number 17, Amelia Mikanovic.
Mikanovic now back to serve. Heavy-handed serve it was. Pass up by Almonte. Give and go here. Cross-court momentum building for Andy Almonte.
These teams are just going back and forth at one another on the serve-receive side of things. It's so difficult when you're playing at the highest level of volleyball in this country to hold on your serve. Just, you really have to play so clean defensively, or your serve has to apply that pressure. We'll see if Almonte can put it on here.
Outside to Golding, looking deep. Bentley teeing it up for Uchechukwu. Mikanovic in good position. And an error from Fader is her attack to find the net.
Manitoba electing to keep their blockers down on that C-ball run to Fader, and it's maybe one of those adjustments that we're already seeing amidst this match from Coach Bentley, is he's choosing to just stay down and dig that ball in the back row. Don't give up your hands perhaps as a blocker for her to utilize off the hands.
Thrown over by, Blaskovitz. Net violation called on the Huskies. Point for Manitoba. Service error off the hand of Almonte.
Good run for Almonte, as we were sort of just saying. A difficult thing to hold serve, but when you put some pressure on, earn a few, that has projected Manitoba to this narrow 2-point lead once again.
Substitution for St. Mary's. We have number 4, their captain, Madison Hand, coming on the floor. The service up. She's in relief of Anna Liniewski. The service good. causing some trouble for Manitoba here. Uchechiku on the attack, and that's just too good from light Uchechiku.
Great angle, just shaving off a piece of this ball going cross court, and Uchechiku, one of the leadership and mainstays for this Manitoba Bison team, wasn't sure if she was going to come back for her 5th season, but after last year's national bronze medal, she said, I just want to do it one more time with this group, try and get a shot to get that gold on home court. And she's been having a fantastic start for the Bison. She ties the lead in kills along with Rhea Surings with 4 thus far. But the match leader is Emilia Mikanovic. She has 5 already on just 10 attempts. She's been phenomenal to lead both teams.
Blaskovich to serve. Pass up by Arnold. Looking outside of Surings. Cross-court attack. Too good with Rhea Surings. She comfortably takes the kill lead for tonight's match. St. Mary's going to use their 2nd and final timeout as the Bisons carve out a 3-point lead.
Fans, U Sports want to hear from you about your viewing experience. Visit usportsfans.ca to join the fan advisory panel. Tell us about yourself and help shape the future of U Sports Championship broadcasts by giving us your feedback for your chance to win U Sports prizes. Join the U Sports fan panel at usportsfans.ca. The Huskies find themselves in a bit of a sort of adverse position right now, trailing by 3 late in this first set, despite playing some fantastic volleyball so far. And adversity is something that this team has had no lack of in their pursuit to these national championships, Amber. There have just been so many talking points from Coach Darren Russell about coaches with medical emergencies at practice, injuries for players. This St. Mary's Huskies team had a collective 9 concussions to their roster throughout this season. It's just remarkable how much adversity they have been through. Even after winning their AUS championship, the players started to, what Coach Russell said, drop like flies with a viral infection. So their preparation for this tournament was interrupted. I expect them to be what their kind of MO has been through this year, which is resilient in this moment, as that's really all they've faced all year long is some adversity. We'll see how they respond coming out of this timeout late in the first set.
Bisons also have a substitute on the floor, and Chloe Ellerbrock. She came in as a service sub. Uchechicu's attack goes out the back, handing a point to the Huskies.
21-19. Now serving for St. Mary's, number 18, Brianna Gold.
This is right where St. Mary's wants to be in terms of rotation. They've just got Mikanovic back to the front row. We'll see if they can get on a bit of a run here with Golding's serve.
Look at outside to Surings, and she's looking down the line, but finds the upright antenna.
Point Huskies. Manitoba leads 21-20. Golding back to serve for St. Mary's.
Another tough serve, pass up by Arnold, looking to Badowski, and it is out of bounds, but there was touch at the net. Brenna Badowski picks up the kill.
Good side out from Manitoba, doing it in a different sort of way. They're having to go off the hands in the middle. That's Badowski's 4th kill on just 6 attempts. Super efficient start for her in this match, hitting over 66% efficiency.
Uchechicu's serve, pass up by D'Souza. Looking in the middle. Petahova is handled nicely by the Bisons, but they send over a free ball. Picked up there by Arnold. Outside Almonte. Nicely picked up by D'Souza. Off the block. And Manitoba will finally find an answer for Emilia Mikanovic.
Such a big physical Manitoba block in front of her out there with the forehands of Rhea Surings and Brenna Badowski. Those are 2 of the kind of taller athletes you'll see in this tournament. Just in front of her, tough ball for her to find any real estate to work with.
Looking in the middle, and what an attack. Elena Tatahova has been just finding all types of ways to score.
Just phenomenal production for her in the middle. That's already her 8th attempt. That's just such great volume that they've been able to get through her in the middle.
We do have a substitute on the floor for St. Mary's, number 5, Sari Tucker. She's in relief of number 18, Brianna Golding. Pass up from Arnold, looking outside. Almonte tipping deep. A well-placed tip from Almonte. We've seen her do that a couple of times now, and it's something that St. Mary's is going to need to account for moving forward.
Coach Darren Russell came running off of his seat on the bench. That's twice now, as you said, Amber, that it has worked, and clearly there was an adjustment discussed at some point, but when that assignment is missed at a crucial time to give Manitoba set point with their best server at the line.
Pass up from D'Souza, needs a bit of help. Mika Novic will fend off that set point opportunity.
Tough kill from the first team All-Canadian there as that ball was set at the 3-meter line, but she didn't shy away. She still took a swing and earned that kill for her Huskies. And Coach Ken Bentley, he's going to elect to take his first time out of this first set and try and slow things down as Manitoba, they're in the driver's seat still, but it's not a comfortable lead by any stretch of the imagination. Investors Group Athletic Center has been very good to the Manitoba Bisons, not just this season, but in the last 2 years. They went undefeated last season at home and have mounted a record of just 24 wins and just 2 losses inside of this building in the last 2 seasons, including postseason matches. So coming into this barn and getting a win away from the Manitoba Bisons is an incredibly difficult thing to do. And Amber, we've had the privilege of calling the games for the Manitoba Bisons for a number of seasons, but we'll remember that it was just weekend number 1 of the Canada West Conference season that they were swept by the Thompson Rivers University Wolfpack. So they haven't lost in this building in months. So for St. Mary's to be in a position to try and take this first set off of Manitoba, it is a difficult thing to do, but they are within striking distance here to make that happen, and it's going to be the opposite. Sydney Fader to serve, getting out of the timeout, and Manitoba, they're in heaps of trouble here. Got to send over a free ball to the Huskies.
Let's see what the Huskies can make of it. Going out to their tried and true Mika Novic, but a rare error off her hand will hand the Bison set number 1, and they will take it 25-22. You are watching the 2025 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championship on CBC.
This is more than just a game. This is about who rules the court. The U Sports Basketball Championships, March 13th to 16th on CBC Gem.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Le sport en direct sur ici-tout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est ici-tout.tv.
CBC is Canada's home for university sports action. The nation's top university women's and men's basketball teams are in Vancouver this weekend for the 2025 Indochino U Sports Final 8, presented by Victory Creative Group. Catch the men's gold medal game Sunday at 4 p.m. on CBC TV and Sportsnet, followed by the women's game at 7 p.m. Eastern on Sportsnet. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made.
Now, welcome back inside Investors Group Athletic Center. We are excited to bring you set number 2 here shortly. We do have some stats from the first set in front of us. Adam, what's jumping off the page there for you?
These teams, and you had said it multiple times in that first set, Amber, have been so clean, and you have had to earn every single point. Manitoba had 18 kills to St. Mary's 17 in the first set. Those are just huge numbers that had to be put on the board by earning. Just very few unforced errors from either side, and that's the level of volleyball we expect in this final 8 situation at U Sports Nationals, and these two teams are giving that to us. It's just such an entertaining start, and we're just one set in.
There's a nice block there for Manitoba to put the first point on the board here in set 2. Katrina Bentley with the serve. Pass by Golding is pretty tight. Serving, going up and staying disciplined. Nothing too fancy, but a point earned is a point earned.
One thing I'm also noticing here, Amber, from the first set statistics is there were 11 times in that first set where there was a tie score and 5 lead changes. We went through the first 2 quarterfinals with less ties and lead changes in a collective 2 matches. That is how close of a battle this first set was between these two teams, and it is certainly starting off here in the second set to look like a similar kind of vibe to this set.
A nice kill there off the hand of Brandon Golding as she went very sharp cross court. Blaskovitz now to serve for St. Mary's. Nice pass by Almonte outside to Surings. Lots of scrambles and some disciplined hands. Petahova just puts up a wall in front of Katojo as the Bisons were just disoriented. Not much you can do about that.
Credit has to go to Petahova. I mean, for her to reset and be ready for that scramble and just the pace of that ball coming over so quickly, her engagement is next level, and that's just, again, what you expect and want from your athletes here competing at a national quarterfinal.
Nice slowdown there from the Husky block. Flicking it back to Fader. Now a good slowdown by the Bisons block, but it goes right into the hands of Brandon Golding. And she'll just flush it down for a pass by Surings, feeding it right back to her. Nice dig off the hands of Mika Novic. Chechukwu now cross-court shot, painting that far sideline beautifully.
Nice internal rotation from Chechukwu, just chopping that ball cross-court, and that is sort of her power alley, we'll call it, Amber, where it just seems she's most comfortable bringing her arm across her body like that, dragging up that ball down hard onto the opponent's side of the floor.
Tojo to serve. That one will find the net, and the service error off the hand of Tojo.
Amber, that's just the 3rd service error for both teams here, and we're already a set in. Again, just kudos to how clean this quality of volleyball has been so far.
Teeing it up for Surings. Nice slowdown by the Huskies block. Looking in the middle, Petahova. No slowdown that time by the Bisons block. Tipped over by Uchechukwu. Nice coverage. Fader swinging away, and that will drop on the St. Mary's attack line. Nice block from the Bisons.
Look at this block here. We're going to have the perfect angle. The penetration of the net by Rhea Surings. We see her hands taking up so much real estate on the Huskies side of the floor. That is an elite level block from the U Sports Player of the Year.
Uchechukwu to serve for the Bisons. And a service ace, it'll be for number 9, Lighty Uchechukwu. That is the first ace we've seen in tonight's match so far.
That's remarkable, Amber. These are not two teams that are slouches. They actually both have identities of being aggressive serving teams, and that, again, cannot give enough credit to these athletes and how solid they have been playing to just that be the first time that a team earns from the service line.
A heavy-handed attack by Mika Novic. They get another opportunity. Petahova's attack. Bison's able to corral and send over a free ball. In the middle, Petahova, another chance. Picked up nicely. Almonte swinging deep. Holding with the dig. Mika Novic. Another free ball sent over by Manitoba as St. Mary's is just pounding balls, and it'll be an out-of-bounds attack from Sydney Faber to bail out the Bisons, but they were on their heels that entire rally, just trying to stay alive.
Substitution for St. Mary's checking into the game.
Have a substitution coming on the floor for St. Mary's, number 12, Esther Wildeboer, coming in for Sydney Fader.
Wildeboer brings a lot of size to the court here, standing at 6'2". We'll see what kind of impact she can make with her opportunity on the floor now.
Pass up from Golden puts Blaskovitz on the run. Rolled off the block. Dug up by Bentley. That takes her out of the equation. Attacked by Almonte. Blaskovitz out of the equation that time. Bentley teeing it up for Badowski, powering through the block of Petahova. But just watch a quick transition from Manitoba finally bites.
That set from Katrina Bentley was elite as she kept her body in control at the net and distributed a perfect ball to her middle in that 31 lane. That is a display of an individual who has been atop the Canada West Conference in assists per set for every single season she has played. Just remarkable dominance from her as a setter.
That was a lot of firepower on display in that rally. There was a massive attack by Mika Novic that Uchechukwu somehow got up, but it was the substitute, Wildeboer, that got the last laugh as she picked up the kill, bringing around Petahova now to serve. And a service ace, it'll be the first one on the board for St. Mary's so far in tonight's matchup.
Now, well-driven ball deep in the court. It's probably traveling out, Amber, but when you've had the Huskies playing so efficiently and clean, it's hard to trust that that ball is going to travel out. They just haven't made a mistake like that yet.
And another heavy serve from Petahova, causing lots of trouble for this Bison service team.
Yeah, Petahova leads all players on the floor with 8 total points. She's been doing it from the attack side, the block side, and now the service side, but a little bit of friendly fire there on the errant serve that catches her fellow middle blocker in front of the net. Everybody's all good. They'll kind of laugh that one off.
That'll bring Surings back to serve for Manitoba. A heavy-handed serve it is, and good enough for an ace from Rhea Surings.
She's just so much talent there, and she can do it in so many different ways, Amber. It's just fantastic to watch her play and have this kind of success here in this match so far.
That one just drills down to heavy end line by just a hair. It had some height on it. It looked like it was going long, but so much topspin on the serve from Rhea Surings, it just drills down at that last second. That one will go up and over. Outside Almonte, off the block and out of bounds. Nice little run here for Manitoba with a service pressure from Surings leading the charge. Coach Darren Russell has seen enough. He's going to call his first time out of set number 2.
CBC Sports is the home of university sports in Canada. Catch the best youth sports women's hockey teams as they face off in the 2025 Miller Waste Systems Youth Sports Women's Hockey Championship in Woolwich, Ontario. The action begins next Thursday, March 20th on CBC Gem, cbcsports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. Youth Sports on CBC, where champions are made. And this has certainly looked like championship volleyball in front of us in this third quarterfinal of the night, Amber, hasn't it? It's just been back and forth entertainment, and in such a physical way that these teams are really proving to us why and how they've earned their way to this national championship here in Winnipeg. And this very entertaining start here.
The atmosphere inside Investors Group Athletic Center is electric. I am getting notifications on my watch telling me, hey, it's too loud. This might be dangerous for your ears, but there is just that much energy from the crowd, and they're excited to cheer on their home squad, but ultimately we're all just excited to see some quality youth sports volleyball. Another heavy serve from Syrinx. Bentley trying to take things into her own hands, but handled nicely by St. Mary's. Amante with another opportunity, looking for that deep corner, and once again, that shot scores. She is 3 for 3 on just a deep, deep tip.
And the entire Manitoba bench is letting the Huskies know that that's 3 in this match for Almonte, tipping deep down the line. But credit has to go to Julia Arnold. That set in broken play, she came sliding in on her knees and back bumped it on a platter for Almonte to be able to hit that shot. That was just incredible athleticism from Arnold.
And Mika Novic, all reliable for St. Mary's, will put an end to this long service run from Rhea Syrinx. St. Mary's, bit of a deficit to work with now, but let's see what number 12, Esther Wildeboer, can do from the service line. Nice deep serve. Teeing it up for Almonte, looking for the deep corner, but that one will go a hair long.
You know, you mentioned how much success Emilia Mikanovic has had tonight. That's not just on the court, Amber. Her and her fellow Belarusian on this team, Petyuhova, they're both 4.0 GPA average students. That is just remarkable production on the court and in the classroom. This is just some of the best student athletes that U Sports has to offer are here in front of us right now.
Nice extended rally. Pick up there by Mika Novic. Goes to an off-speed shot. Good coverage by Arnold. Flicking it back to Syrinx. Oh no, one-on-one opportunity from Rhea Syrinx. Can't give her that much space because she will kind of do for it.
Yeah, that extended rally just made life really difficult on Anna Liniewski. She just could not keep up with the variety of choices that Katrina Bentley. She was going left side, and then going back, and just finally getting that coveted one-on-one that the setters are always trying to have for their attackers.
Teeing it up for Mika Novic. Off the block and out of bounds. She'll pick up another kill.
She continues to roll. That's now 8 kills for her, leading all players on the floor for both teams.
She's now in the back row. We have seen her do several pipe runs as well. That's another shot that St. Mary's likes to lean on. Almonte swinging on the left side, looking for that corner, but it's cut off by Wildeboer. Back to Syrinx as she slows up her approach and just squeaks through the St. Mary's block.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that ball went, Amber. We're going to get another look here. And you are right, squeaked is the perfect term for that shot, as she had a window, maybe a Macassa volleyball wide between the seam of the Huskies blockers, and she found it perfectly.
Almonte now to serve for Manitoba. Causing some trouble, but Mika Novic gets a good swing on it. Uchechukwu. Bentley going against the grain to Syrinx, and that just drops right in front of the Bison's defense. A nice, well-established block which you have to do against Rhea Suring. So that was all credit to Leniewski.
Yeah, she did a great job, as you said, Amber, reading and reacting to the set from Bentley. And that ball window we just talked about that Suring's had, that was nowhere to be seen on that block.
Leniewski now back to serve for St. Mary's. Pass up from Uchechukwu, looking in the middle, tipped over by Katojo. Now Wildeboer, bit of an off-speed shot, Almonte in good position. And a missed attack there from Uchechukwu. We haven't seen the Bisons have an attack that goes into the net so far, but you can only play clean volleyball for so long. Pass up by Uchechukwu in the middle. Katojo looking to tip deep. Leniewski picks it up. And it'll be a block from Katojo, putting an end to the service run of Leniewski.
She wasn't able to generate any physicality from the attack side of things the last few times Katrina Bentley called her number. But if you can produce defensively with a block, that's just as good. A point is a point, no matter which way you cut it.
Bentley serve, pass up by Mikanovic. Look in the middle. Petahova dug by Almonte. Suring's a very quick set. Handled nicely by St. Mary's. Off-speed shot is right into the hands of Uchechukwu. Substitution lining up here for St. Mary's. Number 11, Taylor Lougheed. She's coming on the floor as a setting sub. That'll bring Grace Klaskovitz to the bench.
Bit of a tough rotation for the Huskies, but they, with the solid passing they've had for the bulk of this match, have been able to rely on Petahova in the middle. We'll see if they go there. Well, they go outside to Golding, and she breaks that service run of Bentley, which they desperately needed, and Coach Darren Russell considers that job well done by Lougheed. She's going to check right back out, and honestly, just 1 point she's going to play in this set, as she's not going to be allowed to check back in, just limited substitution 1-1. But that was a huge side out that they needed her to come in and get done for the Huskies side before this lead for Manitoba got a little bit too large.
Blaskovitz, a tough server coming back on the floor as a setter. Uchechukwu goes off the block. She'll get another chance to swing away. Net violation called on St. Mary's. Uchechukwu won't get the kill on the stat sheet, but that one might have fallen to the floor regardless. Substitution now for Manitoba, number 11, Chloe Ellerbrock. She's going to come in as a service sub for Eve Katojo. Service good, pass up nicely by D'Souza. And a deep attack by Petahova goes right into no man's land for the Bisons.
Substitution checking in for the Bisons, number 23, Katojo, now serving for St. Mary's.
Golding ready to serve for the Huskies. That one just trickles over. Petahova looking for the dinner ball, but it's pretty off speed. And it'll be Uchechukwu to pick up the kill and finish off that rally.
Good transition play there from Manitoba, keeping that one on their side and not allowing any sort of run from the Huskies. It's going to be number 5, Siri Tucker, checking onto the floor in relief of number 18. It's Brenna Golding taking a quick break on the bench.
Uchechukwu's serve goes straight at the sub of Tucker. Mikanovic powering through the Bison's block for a kill.
Nice swing there from Mikanovic, not shying away from a well-established Manitoba block. They had two blockers in front there. That's a tough matchup to go against, but first team All-Canadian for a reason.
Petahova's serve is passed up by Arnold. Budowski looking for a very creative shot, and if that found the floor, that would have been stunning, but it is quite wide.
Uncharacteristic mistake from Brenna Badowski on the offensive side of things. She was 3rd in the country in the regular season in hitting efficiency, hitting 38%. Now that is her first error of the night.
Outside Almonte, as she tips it with some finesse into the St. Mary's box.
That is now going to round out the 3-headed monster that is the Manitoba Bisons outside attackers in Uchechukwu, Syrinx, and Almonte. They now each of them have 7 kills. That just makes life so difficult for the opposition when there can be production from each and every one of the attacking options.
Syrinx's serve meets the sideline. Another ace added to the stat sheet for Rhea Syrinx. That is number 3. And with that, Coach Darren Russell is going to call a second and final timeout of set 2.
Fans, U Sports wants to hear from you about your viewing experience. Visit usportsfans.ca to join our fan advisory panel. Tell us about yourself and help shape future U Sports Championship broadcasts by giving us your feedback for your chance to win U Sports prizes. Join the U Sports fan panel at usportsfans.ca. Speaking of fans, this is probably 1,500 to 2,000 strong here at Investors Group Athletic Center, and we see a lot of Manitoba faithfuls who have brought out the big heads to support their local Manitoba athletes on the floor. And that was a nice shot of giant-headed Katrina Bentley, who it will be graduating this year, a 4-year starter for her Manitoba Bisons, and daughter of Coach Ken Bentley. That name is not a coincidence. That is a direct relation from Coach to setter. And just a volleyball family through and through, and a volleyball kind of, just this whole program kind of bleeds pride and production in the sport of volleyball. As Rhea Syrinx with the ball in her hand to serve. She is the back-to-back U Sports Player of the Year. The last Manitoba Bison to do that is assistant coach Michelle Sawatsky-Koop, who was the setter doing that in the 90s.
Tipped over there by Badowski. Going to the right side, looking to Wildeboer. Bison's able to corral for a free ball. Wildeboer with another opportunity, and a recovery off the block recycle. Almonte tip in deep. Better coverage there from Tucker. Mikanovic is dug up by Uchechukwu. Bentley lays out for it. Almonte on the attack. Wildeboer with another opportunity, another block. We're in a mega rally here, folks. Mikanovic trying to finish it off, but it will be Arnold digging it up. Almonte will be the one to get the last lap, and that's the exciting brand of volleyball that we know and love at this U Sports level.
Listen to that crowd go. You said it perfectly, Amber. Mega rally on both sides. This gym erupts as Manitoba now extends this lead to 5, nearing the end of this second set, and it is the Player of the Year continuing to serve for Manitoba.
Off-speed shot from Wildeboer, handled off the block. Syrinx, a big block from St. Mary's to answer.
Great commitment from the Huskies block, as that was a perfect dig for Manitoba. They had all 3 attack options, but Anna Liniewski is always aware of where Rhea Syrinx is and when her number can get called. Great read block there from the middle of the Huskies.
Pass up from Arnold is right into the hands of Mikanovic, and look at that one off the noggin of Katrina Bentley. She went down, she popped back up, they won the point, and it looks like she maybe got her bell rung a little bit, but she's one tough cookie, and looks like she's just gonna shake it off and carry on.
Head official Nicholas Fuse, he just quick check in, make sure everybody's okay. Safety of the players is first and foremost here on the floor, and Katrina Bentley, she's a warrior. She's gonna be just fine after that play. Par for the course, really.
And they answer with a block. Building some momentum here as we near the end of set number 2.
Interesting how much volume has been going to Wildeboer on that right side of the floor, Amber. I would say she's gotten about 75% of the sets in the last maybe 10 to 15 rallies. And, you know, Emilia Mikanovic, who gets this ball here, is front row. I'm curious as maybe that's an adjustment or a matchup thing that the Huskies have elected for. But you got to get that girl the ball as Emilia Mikanovic carves the block of the Manitoba Bisons beautifully there. That is a sharp angle from the Minsk native.
Coach Russell opted to go back to his original starting lineup. So we have number 2, Sydney Fader, back on the floor, as well as number 18, Brianna Golding. A service error off the hand of Mikanovic will bring the Bisons to a possible set point. And they have a lot of margin of error here. The Huskies with some work to do. Be Andy Almonte to serve for the Bisons. Service good. Pass up nicely by Mikanovic. Out to Golding. Picked up by Uchechukwu. Off-speed shot. And that'll be enough to do it. The Bisons will take set number 2, 25-18. You are watching the the 2025 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championship on CBC.
Bisons are on the move, always on the go, charging ahead, making a difference in Manitoba and around the world, in transportation, in Canadian football, and in journalism. Where can you find Bisons? Right here, at the center of it all.
Early mornings, late nights, every rep, every sacrifice leading to this. Fueled by BioSteel, the best get the chance to make their mark. One weekend, one shot at glory.
Feel every hit, point, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline. Our passionate team unlocks a world of possibilities with digital broadcasting made simple, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. Proudly Canadian, ISI Live, be there.
Le sport en direct sur icitout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est icitout.tv.
Welcome back. CBC Sports is the home for university sports in Canada. Catch the best U Sports men's hockey teams as they face off in the 2025 BioSteel University Cup, live from Ottawa. The action begins on Thursday, March 20th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made.
We are back on court here for set number 3 in quarterfinal number 3 as the host and number 3 seeded Manitoba Bisons have started off to a 2-0 lead in this match. They have been tightly contested. The first set went Manitoba's way, 25-22. Second set a little bit more commanding at 25-18 victory for Manitoba. But the back and forth has been so tight all match long, as your expected individuals are sort of leading the way in Emilia Mikanovic on the Huskies side, as well as Rhea Surinks and Laidu Chechukwu for the Bisons. But it's going to be Eve Katojo getting the party started inside IGAC in this third set. As that kill in the middle, just her second kill on only 7 attempts. Manitoba still looking to get her going all the way.
Katojo now back to serve for Manitoba. Pass up by D'Souza. Flicking it back to Golding as she goes well inside the Bison's block. Nothing fancy there, just a bit of a flick of the wrist.
Yeah, and a breakdown from the Manitoba block. Watch where this set location is, and Rhea Surinks just sets this block all the way at the antenna, giving up way too much real estate there for Brianna Golding to make use of. She's going to be back to the line now to serve.
Pass up from Arnold is right on the dot, and Surinks cuts in, but a beautiful pickup from Golding. Surinks, she'll get another opportunity. That time makes good. Surinks picks up the kill.
She's looking like she's becoming more and more comfortable as this match progresses, and that's a really scary feeling, I'm sure, for St. Mary's, as she just continues to roll, find her rhythm, hit different shots, and that off the block is a very high level swing, and that's something we've just come to expect from her at this level.
Fader goes high off hands. That's the better shot from Sydney Fader. We've seen her make a few attacking errors, but that's really the bread and butter that she has an opportunity to really capitalize on if she can get into a bit of a rhythm. Petahova with the serve. Pass up by Arnold. Surinks with the one-on-one, and a nice pickup by Blaskovitz. Fader very tight to the net. Almonte off the moment.
Yeah, good discipline there from Almonte, just waiting and pressing last, allowing herself to be the more solid of the two simultaneous contacts at the net.
Rhea Surinks back at the line for Manitoba. Pass up by Mikanovic. She gets the give and go, powering through the Bison's block as Mikanovic for the kill.
The first two sets were so neck and neck, Amber, competitive all the way through. The one run in each set that really set Manitoba apart was the serve of Rhea Surinks. She picked up a few aces in that second set and put a lot of pressure on them in the first. That side out that they just earned there on the first serve of Surinks is so crucial, and they're going to need to continue to do that in this third set if they want to stay close and extend this match.
Bisons lead 4-3. And serving for your Bisons, number 27.
Nice kill there from Andy Almonte. It'll be Badowski back to serve now for Manitoba. Pass up from D'Souza. The joust lands on the Bison side of the court, and Surinks looks down the line. Once again, nothing fancy, but so well played. Good to serve from Badowski, but handled very well by D'Souza. Off the block, good coverage from D'Souza. Fader with a bit of an assist from the net. Almonte goes right into the hands of Liniewski.
Great block from Liniewski. She's been so solid there, Amber. We've called her name a number of times here at the net. That's now her third block assist, and she also has a block solo to add to her prowess at the net. Just a dominant force there that Manitoba has had trouble with.
Manitoba needing to corral and send over a free ball. step opportunity from Winnipeg. Bit of a low set for Winnipeg to have room to work with, and Manitoba able to read that one pretty easily off the hands of Laskovich. Almonte's serve finds the net.
A toss just well out in front of Andy Almonte. Maybe a little bit too aggressive for her to get to that with any sort of height on her contact point. It's been pretty tight here through this third set. Just a 6-5 Manitoba Bisons lead.
Winnipeg to serve. Pass up from Arnold going out to Uchechukwu. That's just too good off the hand of Uchechukwu.
She's been the most efficient Manitoba outside, and we see why. Watch her just shave a piece of that ball, and just the perfect camera angle for us to see just how much movement that ball actually has, Amber. When there's not that true topspin to it, that ball really slid outside of the defender and had a bit of an outward action on it. That is just so tricky for a defender to be able to read and react to.
Bader's attack sails well long.
Manitoba leads 8-5. Back to serve for Manitoba.
That brings Katrina Bentley back to serve now for U of M. Pass up from Mika Novic in the middle to Petahova. Surings with her balance well backward sends that one out of bounds.
Now those are a pair of Manitoba's all-Canadians there between Katrina Bentley and Rhea Surings, and it's not very often that those two are going to misconnect like that. I'd love to see Bentley go right back to her here and sort of tidy up that connection in the next opportunity that they get.
She goes back to Uchechukwu. Bisons corral the send over a free ball. Out to Golding. Nice deep attack off the hand of Brianna Golding.
Great high contact point once again there by Brianna Golding. She continues to challenge this Manitoba block at its peak. That's a tricky spot on the floor, not just for the Huskies who have been scored deep down the line. Manitoba, they're capable of getting beat to that spot too, as we see there.
Pass up from Arnold. Left-handed attack up from Eve Katojo. She just tosses that into a tricky spot for St. Mary's.
Back to serve for Manitoba, number 23, Eve Katojo.
Katojo back to serve now for U of M. Pass from Golding was right into the hands of Brenna Badowski, and Badowski staying disciplined, staying on her side of the plane of the net.
You can see the big grin from her there, Amber, and again, we've been calling this Manitoba team all season long, and we've seen her guilty of being a little bit too ambitious and going and retrieving that ball on the opposition side of the net for a fault on her side. This is the national championships, folks. You got to be crisp and disciplined, and that's what we see from her there.
Left-handed attack from Golding is picked up by Katojo. Uchechukwu, nice slowdown from the Huskies block. Bader. Now Surings tipped over with a lot of finesse, and Surings really has not dug the tip out of her repertoire so far tonight. She hasn't been hammering ball after ball, so I like that choice. The changeup off the hand of Surings.
Yeah, definitely. All of the Huskies defenders on their heels, and for good reason, as you said. She's just been ripping that ball all afternoon. That change of pace is going to be dangerous if you can catch them flat-footed.
Pass up from Golding in the middle. Solo block, but it's retrieved. Roll shot now. That one will find the floor right in between the Bisons defenders.
You know, the emotions are so high in this match, Amber. The energy in this building will bring these teams to their best, and we saw such a competitive first and second set. I'm noticing that the pace is slowing a little bit from both sides, as we see there, an uncharacteristic serve-receive error off the platform of Julia Arnold. Perhaps these teams are feeling a bit of that mid-match fatigue as the emotions can sort of taper off. It's hard to maintain that level of execution and emotional kind of output for hours on end, and maybe we're seeing a little bit of that digression right now.
Chechiku looks down the line, catching lots of St. Mary's hands. She'll pick up that kill.
Manitoba leads 12-9. Now serving for your Bisons, number 9, Chechiku.
She's now back to serve. Pass from D'Souza needs to be chased down. This is in a tricky spot, right into the hands of Badowski. Manitoba with a good chance to recycle here. And a massive, massive block by Mika Novich. We've been talking about Rhea Surings that you cannot give her a one-on-one. We've said that a few times on the broadcast. But that time, Mika Novich lined up to perfection.
Yeah, we saw her drop her right hand and take away that cross-court lane. That's just first-team All-Canadian on first-team All-Canadian violence there. Great play from two of the top players in this league.
Nice chase down there, but to no avail. Point Manitoba.
Manitoba leads 13-12. Now serving for your Bisons, number 25, Rhea Surings.
Surings back at the service line now for U of M. And an ace once again from Rhea Surings. That is number 4 for the Youth Sports Player of the Year. And Coach Darren Russell has seen enough already. He's going to call a timeout. His first of set number 3.
CBC Sports is the home of university sports in Canada. Catch the gold medal game of the 2025 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championship Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on CBC Sports. All of the action for U Sports Women's Volleyball is exclusively on CBC Gem, cbcsports.ca, and the CBC Sports app. U Sports on CBC. Chase the glory. It certainly looks through the beginning of this championship that we are in for a very entertaining semifinal match. And of course, as we just promoted, 7 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, that final for whoever is going to battle their way through the gauntlet that is this final 8. That's going to be some of the best volleyball that this nation has to offer, and what an exciting opportunity it is for both of these teams in front of us now to try and make their way to that match. It is Manitoba leading 2-0 in this quarterfinal match. They also lead 14-10 here in the third set coming out of the timeout. It is two-time consecutive Player of the Year, Rhea Surings, back to serve.
Picked up decently well there by D'Souza. Mika Novich swinging deep, no contact call at the net. That one will be an easy point for Manitoba.
Manitoba leads 15-10. Surings back to serve for Manitoba.
Another tough serve from Surings, and Badowski is just salivating for that one.
That is 3, we'll call it assists, from the service pressure of Rhea Surings that have led directly to over-bump kills for Brenna Badowski. She's got to order dinner or something like that at the end of this match, Amber, as she has just been the wingman for the ages. And let's make it 4 with another over-bump kill on the lap of Brenna Badowski. She continues to rack up 3 kills from the service pressure of Manitoba. That is timeout number 2 now, taken by Coach Darren Russell and the St. Mary's Huskies. This service pressure has just been too hot to handle for these Huskies.
Yeah, second and final timeout called here by Coach Russell. Now fans, U Sports wants to hear from you about your viewing experience. Visit usportsfans.ca to join our fan advisory panel. Tell us about yourself and help shape the future of U Sports Championships broadcast by giving us your feedback, and you'll have a chance to win U Sports prizes. Join the U Sports fan panel at usportsfans.ca.
You know, piggybacking off of that point we just saw leading into this final timeout from the Huskies side, Brenna Madowski, she has 9 kills on the night, no errors, doing what she does best, which is be so efficient offensively. Almost half of those kills have not come from the hand of Katrina Bentley. They've come from overbumps directly from Rhea Surinks's aggressive spin serve. And that is just a team working cohesively and applying pressure in so many different facets of the game. The Huskies, their backs are against the wall now. They trail by 7, no timeouts, no intervention left for Coach Darren Russell, but he is gonna pick up a coach's point on that missed serve by Rhea Surinks. A collective sigh of relief from the entire St. Mary's serve-receive crew just to get rid of Rhea Surinks to serve.
Sydney Fader's serve pass up by Arnold. Out to Almonte, picked up easily by Mika Novich. She'll now attack. Dug by Arnold. Almonte, another opportunity, looking for that deep court, and that is Annie Almonte's brand of volleyball on display.
Such a crafty swing, Amber, just reaching high and snapping this ball deep into what has been a conflict zone for the Huskies all night long. That deep 6-1 seam in a transition. Nice kill from Almonte once again.
Podolski's serve pass up by D'Souza. Out to Mika Novich. The dig goes right into the hands of Mika Novich, but Katrina Bentley gets a nice slowdown on it. Almonte looking for the roll shot down the line, but out of bounds it'll go.
Great resiliency from the Huskies offense and defense as they continue to chip away at Manitoba here. And it's going to be Mika Novich back to serve. We'll see if she can get a much needed run going here for her Huskies. At the very least, Manitoba, they're on the run big time here. Free ball to the Huskies.
A massive swing by Goulding, but a big dig from Almonte. Now Mika Novich, off-speed shot, and that's the creativity the Huskies need to bring out to play here in the third set.
Huskies have gone away from that back row pipe a little bit here in the latter portion of this match. That's something they established and went to often in the first set, and I think was a big kind of component to why that first set was so tight between these two teams. And it's nice to see them reconnect with it there. But Manitoba responds right away with a set to Eve Katojo, sort of tipping that ball into the pot for a kill.
Substitution on the floor for the Huskies. We saw this in set 2. We are seeing it again here in set 3. Number 11, Taylor Lougheed. She's going to come in for some setting relief. Nice pass from D'Souza. Going back. Winyevsky recycled. Tipped over now. Surinks lays out for it. Uchechukwu swinging big, recycled off the block. Uchechukwu is going to get another chance down the line, but a bit over-rotated as it lands a few inches out of bounds.
We're seeing that resiliency that the Huskies have in them right now. We're seeing, again, another serving substitute. It's Madison Mann checked back into on the floor, pardon me, for the Huskies here. She's in relief of number 13, Anna Liniewski.
Her deep serve sails about a foot out of bounds. A dangerous server at the line for Manitoba, number 12, Katrina Bentley. pass up from Mika Novic. Goulding really having to try to make do with something on that set, but it will be outside the antenna. Pass up by Mika Novic in the middle. Petahova dug up by Almonte. Surings looking down the line. Just out of bounds.
Doesn't matter what Bison wants that shot, it just hasn't been there, Amber. We've now seen mistakes from Uchechukwu, Almonte, and Surings trying to hit that piece of the floor. Huskies, they still do trail by 6, but they're going to have their starting setter check back in Grace Blaskovitz. See if she can go on a bit of a service run, as they need it now more than ever.
It's a nice serve, but goes over. Surings. That deep corner has been very effective for Manitoba, and there's another example of it right there from Rhea Surings.
Taking a bit of pace off to ensure the accuracy of that shot is the maturity that we have seen come from Rhea Surings in the past season or two. Not getting overly aggressive or greedy, but just ensuring that she's putting pressure on, and even better, picking up a kill for her Bisons.
Chloe Ellerbach in as a service sub, causing some trouble for the Huskies. Free ball sent over. And just a miscommunication. Manitoba's going to need to send over a free ball of their own. In the middle, Petahova. Some scrambles at the net. Free ball sent over once again. Petahova looking to score this time, but out the back it'll go.
That ball just sort of drifted off of the net away from Petahova. Just not the crispest set we see there, contacting that ball behind her head. It's virtually impossible to bring that ball downward when you're getting it behind yourself. And now Manitoba, they're just 2 points away from punching their ticket to this semifinal at Nationals.
Pass up, Mika Novic, back to Goulding. That bobbles in front of the Bison's blockers, but they're able to corral to tip it over. Out to Fader, very tight to the net. And there is a contact called, pardon me, it is called inbounds. Creative placement there off the hand of Sydney Fader.
Good ball management from the Huskies there, as that was sort of a shaky rally on their side. They never really got any sort of control on that volleyball, but just managing the ball and more importantly, body control at the net to pick up that point.
Pass up from Almonte, puts Bentley on the run, free ball from Manitoba. Outside, Mika Novic, and a big block from Manitoba will bring them to a possible match point.
This is just an elite block, as Uchechukwu is so high on that blocking contact point, taking away that seam from Mika Novic. Investors Group Athletic Center, they are waiting anxiously for this one, as the student section has begun their chance, looking for this point to come to the Manitoba side.
Going to go outside to Mika Novic, and she'll go off the block and out of bounds, fending off that possible match point for the Huskies, with lots of work left to do.
Checking in for St. Mary's, number 13.
Just a quick sub here as number 13, Anna Lindniewski, comes back on the floor for Madison Hand. Elena Petahova to serve. And a service error will close out this match, and the Bisons will take it 25-17 in set 3 and take the match 3-0 over St. Mary's.
That was such an entertaining game and a battle between both sides, but I think the resilience of Manitoba and just the stick-to-itiveness that they showed from their serving more than anything really kept the pressure on St. Mary's, and kudos to the Huskies coming into a hostile environment of close to 2,000 Bison fans. They just could not get that luck of the draw that is so important. Unfortunately, coming up once again against Manitoba in the quarterfinal and back-to-back national championships now. But a great fight from both teams as they share a lot of respect with one another, taking the time in this handshake line to really pay respects to how competitive that matchup was against one another. These teams are going to go share their appreciation to the referees as well, but stick with us here as we're going to get to the Mikasa players of the game shortly. We're going to have a few of the award presenters filter their way down to the floor here. Great to see Coach Ken Bentley for Manitoba and Coach Darren Russell for St. Mary's really share an extended embrace there at the end of the match, as again, two programs that don't square off against each other often in any sort of exhibition, and certainly not conference play, but in back-to-back years they've seen each other at these national championships, so familiarity and respect from the chairman of these two programs is always great to see, and classy move from both sides.
Your player of the match, but the shooters to match from St. Mary's, number 17, Amelia Mikanovich.
The player of the match for St. Mary's, number 17, a well-earned honor for Amelia Mikanovich.
She had such a remarkable offensive game and defensive game for St. Mary's, well-deserved there.
The match, the shooters to match from your Manitoba Bisons, number 13, Andy.
And for Manitoba, number 13 on the outside, Andy Almonte. Looks like she's got a little bit of surprise in her, but it is a well-deserved honor for Andy Almonte.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's the athletic director here at the University of Manitoba, Gene Muller, sporting that very Bison-friendly gold coat. Fantastic result for the host Manitoba Bisons. They've now punched their ticket to the semifinals, and they will await their opponent from the upcoming match here between the UBC Thunderbirds and the Saskatchewan Huskies. The St. Mary's Huskies will await the loser of that match.
On behalf of Adam Dionker and the entire U Sports on CBC crew here in Winnipeg, this is Amber Mara speaking, reminding you of the final score of today's game, 3-0 in favor of Manitoba, and that will send St. Mary's to the consolation side.
Join us for the next broadcast, which will feature the UBC Thunderbirds and the Saskatchewan Huskies, coming up at 8 p.m. Central Time here at Investors Group Athletic Center.
Thank you for watching, and good night.
U Sports on CBC, presented by les championnats U Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Vera Burn Medical Supplies, Les Bagues,